Hi everyone, and welcome to the General Hospital recap for August 10th. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. I hope you had a great eclipse yesterday, and I hope any pain you might be in has subsided, because I know I was hypochondriacing my way through the rest of the day. And I also put up a video of how it looked from here. The actual sun had a glare, but you could see the reflection of the eclipse in the flare, so that was pretty cool. But in any event, let's get right to this. Oh, I also put a balloon festival video up as well, so check that out too. Okay, so at the Metro Court, Alexis, Molly, and Christina are having some meal. Is it breakfast? Is it lunch? Is it dinner? The world will never know. It's probably breakfast or lunch because of the timing. But again, who knows? Molly is concerned. Julian's trial starts today. Actually, they're both concerned. They don't want Alexis to save Julian. They hate him, strong words, and what he, they hate what he did to their mother and Duke and Sonny, and they blame him for Morgan too because he was indirectly responsible according to them. No one believes his story except for Alexis. The problem is that she still gives him the benefit of the doubt. Alexis says yes, Julian has brought her lower. She doesn't know how she feels, and they don't want her to damage her reputation or sobriety because she works so hard for both of them. And then they have to head off to PCU. It's time for a clean slate, especially for Christina. At Ava's, Ava is sipping her martini and Kiki's at the door. She puts her mask on. Griffin is also with her. They want to take her out. So Griffin brought her books so she can check out her options. She's between stages. Shock is gone, and now she needs to manage living and calling it living because that's like her hang-up right now. Kiki is intent on getting her out of the apartment to go to Kelly's with them. At Kelly's, Valentine and Charlotte are having lunch. She's missing camp. And she also asks where the horses will live if Spencer takes everything away from him. She didn't laugh, but I'm laughing. She knows he's not a villain. Girl. But again, it's her father. Valentine calmly explains everything to her because Spencer uses very colorful language. So she asks what an interloper is, and he explains that to her. He says, this will all go away, don't worry. Kiki, Griffin, and Ava come in, and Ava, she has her mask on and her headscarf, and Charlotte gasps, points her out, and yells, that lady! Like, ooh. Everyone knows I'm not a fan of Ava, but like, that is, I can't imagine. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 na 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 na. Valentine tells her not to point, and that lady was hurt badly, and it was probably hard for her to come outside because of reactions like that. Ava turns to Griffin and Kiki, and she knows they're trying to help, but she can't be there. This is literally her worst nightmare come true. Like, actually beyond her worst nightmare. Griffin suggests getting takeout and leaving. Ava she just wants to leave. Whatever they do is fine, but she just can't be in there. And Kiki will get it, and Ava's gonna go outside. Charlotte and Valentine come outside. She apologizes. She didn't understand. Her father explained it to her, and she hopes that she feels better soon. Charlotte goes back inside, and then Valentine apologizes again. Valentine uses this as a way to push the doctor again, though. He talks about the clinic again. It only works on referral. But she says recanting her statement is too high a price. She won't do it. Good on her. Honestly, I'm impressed with her. I am. I give credit where credit is due, and I'm giving a lot of credit to her right now because I know what she just went through, and for her to still hold strong in like the throes of that, it just, I give her a lot of credit. I do. I absolutely do. And it's weird coming from me, but I'm going with it. Christina and Molly sit down outside Kelly's. Molly is upset because one of the teachers she was really excited to have is on sabbatical. At General Hospital, Hayden gets on the phone with the bank. She's very dodgy. Liz and Finn ask some innocent questions, and Hayden gets really defensive. She's sorry. She blames it on being Bridezilla, and it's just so hard to watch because this shouldn't be happening. This should be a totally different storyline. Hayden apologizes to Elizabeth too. Elizabeth asks what's going on with her. There's something definitely wrong or going on. And she says, the baby's fine. Hayden thinks everything is about to fall apart. She feels she doesn't deserve this. Like, look who she was when she came to town. And, she changed. She says Finn changed her, but she started to change before that. I think Curtis really started that curveball. And she wants a happy life for their whole family. Elizabeth tries to help. She says she lived with the same anxiety but then it'll all fade away. Hayden wishes they knew each other better, and Elizabeth says there's all the time in the world, but honestly, that might be the most heartbreaking line because it rings so true. Finn goes into Hayden's office with a surprise cactus. He can't find the card. He sees something in the trash, a visitor badge from the prison. So Hayden comes in, she loves the cactus. He asks about her seeing her father. She says she wants to make peace before the wedding. He asks why she didn't tell him, and she says she just needed to do it on her own, and she knew he would want to be supportive and come along. And he's like, you know what? Yeah, I totally understand. He's here for her, but no more secrets. He can handle anything. Jared comes in looking for Hayden and asks Elizabeth, and Elizabeth's like, oh, you know, and he leaves the card with her. Oh, he has a card. Sorry, that was weird. So Elizabeth comes into Hayden's office, and Finn has to leave, and Elizabeth gives her the card. After Elizabeth leaves, Hayden reads it and rips it up. Finn comes back to Elizabeth and thanks her for the discretion during the withdrawal, during the bomb threat lockdown, because without her, none of this could be happening. Hayden gets on the phone with the bank. She says she has some adjustments to make. And the card was basically like a congratulations wedding card, very innocuous. Back at Ava's, Ava is in better spirits. She does want to be alone though. Kiki asks about Valentine and she says he was just apologizing, and then she takes her mask off. In the courtroom, Scott got Julian a bench trial, so there's no jury, but now which Alexis will show up. They talk about Sam, why she got sick. The prosecutor is hearing some of this. Julian says Alexis didn't want to hear what he had to say. Then the next day, he told Alexis he wanted to see Sam. She was cold. She shut him out. You know, it wasn't good, and maybe enter a guilty plea. Julian doesn't want to put Alexis through even more, and Scott says she'll be fine. She has to put up a fight. The judge takes a seat, and the trial is starting. Alexis is called. Immediately, she's treated as a super hostile witness. Scott objects. She gives a very matter-of-fact answers. The questioning starts, Olivia being her sponsor, whether or not Julian pointed Olivia out, deception, is it true she almost killed her, you know, that whole story. The prosecutor lays in deeper. Now he brings up Leo, the depositions. She says she wasn't at the deposition, so she can't, you know, attest to anything that was there. And he's asking really hard yes or no answers that, like, you want to clarify. And now end scene. Molly tells Christina there's a visiting professor. It's Parker. Of course it is. The prosecutor is really digging into Julian not telling anyone about Olivia. Would she have wound up on that bridge if Julian had said anything? She says she wouldn't know. Then he says accomplice, and she puts up a fight. She says she doesn't know. Maybe. It's possible, and that's just the opening the prosecutor needed. Kiki's still worried. Griffin thinks there's been progress. It takes time. Ava looks at herself in the mirror, and she puts Valentine's card in a box. Hayden is talking to the bank. She uses the name Rachel Berlin, and Finn walks in and is like, Rachel Berlin? And that's where we leave off for today. I will see you in 2 seconds. I have one more to film, and then editing, and then another binge with that. I'll get into that at the beginning next video and tell you the schedule for today, which is the 22nd. Okay, so I will see you then, and I hope you have a great day. Okay, bye.